Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Frontend Debug. My name is Gurmeet, and in previous video we talk about what is CSS Selector and how we can create CSS Selector inside the browser. Today we will learn how we can create a CSS Selector using these rules. So we have six rules available in your screen. So let's go one by one and create a CSS Selector inside the browser. So let's get started. Okay, so I have chosen two websites for creating a CSS selectors. One is Facebook and another one is LinkedIn. So let's go to the developer tool by pressing F12, and then you can also locate an element by pressing right click and go to the inspect option. So as soon as you click on it, you can see that the element is selected and it is highlighted. So we will be using class this time for creating a CSS selector. So we can see that in for this div element, we have a unique class available named header contents. So so let's create a CSS selector using this class. So press F12 since you are in a window machine and copy this class. Press dot and then paste this class name. So you can see that we are able to identify the element using the locator, and here we are using a class uh, inside the method, and here we are using a class for creating a CSS locator, right? We can also check that only one occurrence are here. It means the locator created by class is unique locator. Okay, so let's move to the another method, which is we can check, which is so the next method is ID. So we can create a CSS selector using ID. So let's move to the browser again, and this time we will be using Facebook for creating a CSS selector using the ID attribute. So similarly, we will press F12. We right click on this username, inspect the element, and we can see that we have a input tag available for email address and phone number text box, right? You press Control F and we can see if we have a unique ID available. So we have a ID, yes, we copy this ID, and as we know that for creating a locator using ID we have a keyword hash and then the email ID. So again we can see that the element is highlighted. It means the locator is successfully created using the ID, right? So we are using hash and ID, and as soon as we hover the cursor on this element, the email address and phone number is highlighted, right? We can now also create one more by using this ID method. We can see if we have a ID available for the password field. Yes, we have a ID available for password. And if we press hash password, and yes, element locator is created using the ID attribute. Okay, so the third formula for creating a CSS selector is with the combination, right? We can create a CSS selector using class name and tag name. So for that, we can again move to the LinkedIn. We press F12, right? And we inspect the element. Excuse me. Okay, so yeah, so we can see that here we can take the same example again. So we have a header dash dash content class name available, and what we can do just for the just for understanding, we can copy this element and we can paste this element under this parent tag. right? Now we can see we have two same elements available, and so sign in is on the top of card and in the bottom of card, right? So this is the duplicate element. Now we press F, Control F. So we press Control F, we copy this class name, we press dot, and then class name. So now we can see we have a two occurrence, right? Why? Because we have copied the element and paste to the parent of this element, right? So we have a two element. And if we insert, so if we create a div, and if we create a combination locator, like if we use tag name dot class name, then also we have a two occurrence because the element is exactly copied, right? What we can do, we can take this tag, right, then rename it to the section. Right now this becomes section and this become div, but the class name is similarly duplicate, right? So now if we search for this locator, we have a unique locator, right? Why? Because let's understand it by removing the tag name. Now if you see, we have a two similar locators because the class name exists for two elements, but as soon as we add div, it becomes unique because the combination is unique here. The another class name is used for the section tag, and this class name is used for div tag. So here you can understand we can create a locator by using CSS selector. So here you can understand we can create a CSS selector by using class name and the tag name. And when you find it unique, you can choose this combination. Same combination can work with ID as well. So if we can take this example, let's press hash. So we have a unique locator. You can see here, right? I need to check what is this. Okay, maybe let's maybe we can use Facebook for this scenario. So here you can see we have a ID pass available. Again, we will copy it and we paste to the parent element. Okay, so you can see we have a two password fields here, right? So what we can do, we have a two elements now, right? So as soon as maybe I can change this to span, the first element, and now if you search for password, we have a two element, but as soon as I add input, so you can see here now we have a unique locator. Because why? Because the ID and the tag name combination made it unique. If you're only using ID with the hash, it will there will be two occurrence, right? But if we will use tag name with that, it will become unique, right? Hope this will make you clear. So let's move to the another rule. And here we have a one real example. Let's remove it because we created it, duplicate, and just name it input. Right now we have a one password field available. There is one best practice that we follow while especially for automations. If you are not aware automation, so we have one great example here for the QA automation sites. So I'll explain in another video what is QA automation and the tools we use in a QA automation. For now, we can understand that for the QA automation purpose, we have a unique locators available. So you can see here we have a data test ID. So test says that this is only for testing purpose, right? So we can also create a locator using these unique attributes. If you go to the same input tag and copy this till here, okay, and you just paste it here, and right, so you can see we are again able to identify the element using this. So this is the attribute name, attribute value. We can also add tag name here. So in our case, the tag name is input, excuse me, input. And as soon as I add input, the element is highlighted. It means it's identified by the CSS selector, right? So let's move to the formulas. Let's see what all left. So we covered class, we also covered ID, and I'll talk about HTML tag in another video. Maybe I'll cover it in next video. We also covered HTML tag plus class. We also covered HTML and ID, right? And the HTML and attributes. This is also covered. We have some other rules as well using which we can create a CSS selector, and I'm planning to cover those rules in the next video. So till then, thanks for watching our video. Please subscribe to my channel, like the video, please share with your friends as well. Thank you so much, and I'll back with another video.